Greetings, Star Citizens! Welcome back for an Every Starman's Buyer's Guide to Anvil Day at ILW 2951. Thanks for joining me today. Looks like British John Cena is taking a day off, but I can still hear him, which is cool. Anyway, I call these Everyday Starman's Guides because I don't fashion myself a ship expert, especially not for combat. I'm more of a trader, but I've just been playing for a long time. I've tested out a lot of starships, so I'm just giving you guys my, honest opinion about how I feel about these ships and whether it's worth you spending your money on it. So I hope you enjoy it. Remember, all advice is for entertainment purposes only, and let's go have fun. And here we are for Anvil Day. Looks like we've got a nice display here over at Bevik. Looks like we've got the Carrack Expedition, I'm gonna guess, in the center of the room. We've got the Pisces to the right, and I'm not sure what that is with foldable wings. I have like a little brain fart going on here. Let's go check it out. This is so embarrassing. Let's see. The arrow, of course, the arrow. How can I forget the arrow? Alright, so let's start with the arrow since I forgot about it. The arrow is probably one of the fastest light fighters in the game. It's also for a very affordable price at $75, I believe. I think the only thing that can keep up with this is probably a Talon, but very good. I would call it like an entry-level fighter. If you got one of these, you can do a lot of damage with it, so definitely for the entry-level combatant, this is something worth taking a look at. And I do think at 75 bucks, it is a good deal. So if you buy one of these, I don't think you can feel too bad about it. Just know it's limited to just a one-person fighter. Alright, moving along. Gosh, I guess we gotta talk about the Pisces Expedition next. So this is probably the Expedition version, I believe. The C8X. Oh no, this looks like the regular one. I believe the C8X has more weapons up front. Don't quote me on that, but this is basically the snub fighter, the runabout fighter for the Carrack. I guess I shouldn't call it a fighter; it's more like a shuttlecraft. But these are pretty nice. They're very versatile. One of my favorite ships. You can use it as a starter ship, but it's just not very good for cargo. But I believe it's got seats for 3 people in here. Yep, 1, 2, 3. And very good for box missions, and just I guess its intended purpose is so that you can run from the Carrack planet side, or do anything else that might pop up. It's got some combat ability, so very good ship. I like it a lot, and I think at 45 bucks you really can't go wrong with one of these. I guess the only drawback to it is, like I said, you don't have any cargo capacity, so but if I were going to consider it as a starter fighter, I think it's very good for the money. That's probably why this individual is thinking about renting it. But yeah, definitely check this one out. Okay, this ship really needs no introduction, the Carrack. Probably the Expedition flavor here. I'm not going to go too much into it because if you know anything about Star Citizen, you probably know about the Carrack. It's the dual ship in Star Citizen. Very impressive ship. It's got room for an Ursa rover or other vehicles. Very good cargo at doing cargo. It's got room for a fighter. It's a very good multi-crew ship. You can deck these guys out. I mean, it's pretty much your one-stop shopping ship. It's the dual ship in Star Citizen. A lot of fun. The price point at this point, it's $600, I believe. That's, I guess you can think of it as kind of steep, but if you got this ship, I mean, it's really the only ship that you do need. So, I mean, I hate to say that kind of money's worth it, but I do think it is. And this one here, you know what's throwing me off right now? Is this one looks like it's been battle tested already. I mean, did they have trouble getting it into Bevik or something like that? I mean, look at this. Who brought this in here? I mean, this is a show, guys. I mean, this is unacceptable. Looks like somebody blew up something on here. I mean, if you saw that, would you buy this? Anyway, just kidding. But yeah, there's a lot of lore behind these ships. The ones that you can buy now are retired military ones, but very good multi-crew ship. And I think I forgot that there's a med bay in here. So really, I mean, this ship can do everything, and it's a great ship, just even for roleplay purposes. Definitely one I recommend. And I don't know why I'm exploring around here. We don't have time for me to go through this whole ship. Because it's huge. Anyway, Carrack. If you can't afford it today, set it as a stretch goal. Alright, back here I believe we have the ANVIL Gladiator, which I believe is the sail ship of the day. I don't know too much about this one, not being a combatant myself, but it seems to be a heavy fighter. Not one that I really enjoyed flying around with last time. I mean, the Gladiators, I believe you need 2 people to really get the most out of it. I mean, I gotta be honest, me personally, I think the ship looks hideous. It's just terrible. I mean, it's loaded with weapons. I'm sure it can do a lot of damage, but it's just, you know, I don't know. We're getting into Aurora territory here with this for me. I feel like it looks like a seaplane that should be landing on something. Yeah, so that's just not for me. I think you can get something else. And it's also, the price point is kind of high, so you really have to like this ship, I think, and that's not me. I don't like it. What do you guys think? Alright, let's see what's on the other side of the Carrack here. My god, I just cannot believe this. I mean, does this look like this on every server, or am I just lucky? Alright, so over here we have the Hawk, which is actually one of my favorites. This is a ship that's designed for bounty hunting. It's a light fighter, but it's decently armed. The only drawback, I think, is that the defense is really not there. But if you're good at combat and you know what you're doing, you can do a lot of damage with these guys. They're very fast. I believe it's got an EMP to, you know, prevent people from getting away, because like I said, it's a bounty hunting ship. And one of the nice features is back here you have a second seat for basically whoever you caught. It's like a cell. But you know what's kind of nice about it is, you know, if you have a friend that you need to pick up, they can ride back here. It's not a good ride though, I must say. From experience from being in back here, it's not much for you to see. Let's take a look. So you basically like slide into the tube and you can't see anything. But you're in there. You're ready to be transported to Glacier or wherever you're going to go. Or to some mob boss who's got business with you. But yeah, I like these a lot. It's not that expensive. It's probably a buying game, but you know, if it fits your budget and you've hit everything else on your goals, I don't think you'd be disappointed with this one, but that's just my opinion. Okay, so the Terrapin, this is kind of like my guilty pleasure ship. There's no real reason to have one of these right now because the gameplay's not there. I mean, it's really more of an exploration ship, I do believe. Yeah, so I mean, it has like a lot of equipment on here for scanning and exploration. They're not very fast. It's a 2-seater. It's kind of cool where the second seat is, but really these are not a pleasure to fly in if you've got to go for a long flight. You know, you may be there for a while, but for some reason, I don't know, maybe because I went to University of Maryland and we're Terrapins, but this ship has a special place for me. It does have a full interior. I believe there's a bathroom in here and everything like that. Only question, oh man, I wish it wasn't so dark in here. I wish I could turn on the lights. I can't recall if it's got a chalet. And you know, I got a thing for chalets. But, you know, it's not a bad ship. It's just, you know, you really have to like it, because what are you going to use it for right now? The exploration and scanning stuff's not in the game yet. I suppose you can do some cargo mission. No, well, you can't do cargo on it, but you can do like box missions, I suppose. That's something in my throat there. Would you really want to do box missions in a Terrapin? Probably not. So I really can't think of a purpose for it other than I kind of just like flying around in it. But you know, you're getting into Mantis territory again for me here with this one. But I don't know. I just like the way it looks, guys. But is it a buy at this price point? I probably can't responsibly tell you yes, so it's probably a pass. I've got one though. Okay, and the Anvil nest continues in this hall, where we've got a nice array of ships to look at. Yeah, there's a lot to talk about here. Gotta love Anvil. Between Anvil and Aegis, they're probably the two top ones for military ships, and Anvil does not disappoint. Starting out here with, I believe, the F-8C Lightning. This ship I don't think you can buy yet, unless you're at a certain level on Concierge. The Wing Commander level, I think. I don't know how much money you have to spend for that, but these are very nice ships. Pretty legendary in lore in the military. And they're just loaded with weapons. Let's see if we can actually get inside. Oh yeah, we can. This is a real nice treat because usually you can't even... These were flying around last year, but you couldn't get inside of it. So very impressive, very nice. But yeah, I mean, you can see these are decked out nicely. It's got a turret up top. I mean, they're supposed to fly very well. It's just, this looks awesome, and I love the paint job too. You can see the red and, you know, white and star-striped one outside that the... that I forgot the squadron name that uses these, uses outside, but this is really nice. I can't wait till these are in the game and we can purchase them, at least for, you know, everybody else. But definitely something worth checking out if you're here. Too bad you can't rent it. I'm surprised we can actually get in it. So at least that tells you the model's done. I don't know what their plans are to introduce it into the game though. Okay, so the Hurricane is a heavy fighter from Anvil. These are a lot of fun to fly because they feel like a light fighter. The maneuverability is excellent in them, and I kind of like, you know, that it's got this drop seat design to it, I guess to keep the footprint low. But here's the drawbacks with the Hurricane that I find with it, which kind of has always kept me from buying it. Getting in is always like a little strange to me, getting into the turret and the pilot seat. Both seats drop down. No, the gunner seat drops down from the midsection. But to really take advantage of this ship, you do need the gunner to man the turrets on top, which I believe are for size 3s, I think. 3s or 4s. So, I mean, there's a lot of firepower with this guy, but the defense is really not there as well either. So you have to kind of keep that in mind. It's really like a hit-and-run kind of ship to me. And even the speed, it can't keep up for very long. So you really have to decide if this is going to fit your playstyle or not. If it does, if it fits your fighting style, then you're going to be pretty... you know, a pretty tough opponent in it. But, you know, if you don't know what you're doing, it could be tough. So I would definitely recommend, if you're thinking about buying it, the price point's not too bad, but definitely try it out first before you decide to get it. Other than that, though, really cool design, and I really do enjoy flying it. I just wish you could use it more as a solo player, but I think to really get the most out of it, you need 2 people. So I would probably lean towards the Vanguards over this for a lot of reasons. I mean, the other reason being you don't even have a cabin to bed log out in. And let's not even get started on the chalet situation. Alright, moving along. We have the Valkyrie here. The Valkyrie is a dropship. And it's probably the best dropship in the game. But it can do so much more than that. So a lot of traders like it, a lot of miners like it because, you know, I mean, it's not the best for carrying cargo, but it's probably the best for carrying vehicles. And it has been for a long time. Probably the one to go to for choice before the Mercury Star Runner came out. But there's a lot of cool things in here. Let me show you why it's good for carrying vehicles. The vehicle bay in the back is very spacious. So I believe we got like 4 rocks in here. So while the dropship application really isn't there, it's really great for, you know, rock mining in my opinion. As a matter of fact, in my rock mining video, I think this is the one I recommend as the top one to have. And then if you're into roleplay stuff, you know, you have this heavy machine gun here that you can use on the side. You know, which is really cool. I'm sure that they've disarmed the arms inside the conference hall. Let's hope they have, at least. I'm trying to find me here. Where am I? Oh well. But anyway, really cool stuff here. Very well armed. I think if you go upstairs, you can see all the drop seats that it has. I don't know how many drop seats it has, so don't quote me on that. But yeah, I don't think this is too bad if you're into that. I will say, if you're going to do a planetary approach with one of these guys, you really have to think about it because they don't stop on a dime. And I suppose they shouldn't for a ship this size, but I might have crashed one of these once or twice just not thinking about it because it's definitely not going to move like a Hercules. So don't be expecting that. But Aside from that, I mean, these are pretty popular, I think, because of its carrying ability. It's just, it doesn't have the medbay that the Carrack has, and, there's some other ships now that probably do its role a little bit better if you're looking for a vehicle transporter. But if you like it, I mean, I don't think it's such a bad deal. Well, I don't know. I kind of struggle with it at that price point, actually, honestly, because you're getting closer to other ships. Like, maybe you should just, scale up all the way to the Carrack. But, yeah, it's a personal decision, I suppose. One each one of us has to make for ourselves. Alright, it looks like we got some Hornets here. These are okay. I believe they're medium fighters, right? Let's take a look. Oh, why is this guy blocking the placard? Yes, medium fighter. Score for me. So if you saw when the game is being pitched, I believe they use these Hornets a lot in the original campaign for what Star Citizen was going to be. So I think of it as a classic ship, and it's got like kind of a classic look to it, that old Wing Commander look to it. So I kind of like it from that aspect. I don't have one in my hangar, yet, but I think I might do it just for that. There's a few variants, which I don't know the advantages of all of them, to be honest, but I do think as far as fighters go, I mean, they're okay, but I would probably lean towards going to, the Hurricanes or, the Harbinger or something like that. But I'm more of a heavy fighter kind of guy. As a matter of fact, I think I might even prefer a Hawk over one of these, to be honest, because when I used it, I wasn't too impressed. But, if you're a combat pilot and you know how to get the best out of a ship, maybe it's something you might want to consider. But at these price points, I really struggle with trying to recommend buying them. So actually, I think for me it'd be a pass. What do you guys think? Alright, what's downstairs this time? We've got a Ballista. The most useless ground vehicle in the game. Not a Ballista fan. Don't think it's worth your money. It's kind of cool to walk on the inside, but I gotta be honest, I don't think I've ever seen anybody driving one of these around because, the application's really not there. I mean, I guess it's a cool anti-aircraft vehicle. Oh, no, I don't want to rent. Don't want to rent. But maybe I'll put up the ad. The ad campaigns are kind of cool, but actually using this thing, that's another story. Let's take a look inside, though. I mean, I think the interior is kind of cool, as long as it's well lit. But, yeah, definitely with this one, I mean, it's not a cheap vehicle to buy, so, definitely something I would say just buy it in-game. But you can rent it and try it out. But I think, honestly, just go with the tank over this. Actually, the Nova tank has probably really dropped any value that the Ballista had down even lower. I'm not even sure what the handling's like on that one. Oh my gosh, they closed the Holo Hall. Well, this is disappointing. Let me in. I want to see the Crucible. Yeah, I can't believe they closed the Holo Hall. Especially because the Crucible is the repair shipping concept that goes up against the Vulcan, and at least Aegis, put up a holo of the Vulcan. Alright, yeah, this seems like a good area to sit down with my friends. And we can talk about the Crucible, which Anvil did not see fit to leave a holo of for us this year. Very disappointing, Anvil. Very disappointing. Okay, so let's pull up the sale page for a little bit. So Crucible goes for $350. Everybody's speculating that it's going to be worth a lot more than that because of its ability to repair, I believe, 2 ships at a time. Repair, refuel, so it really takes the Vulcan concept a little bit further, so definitely something I would consider, especially if you're going to be doing salvage, because salvage and repair are going to kind of go hand in hand, I believe. Of course, this is speculation, but why not? Might be something to at least hold on to the CCU upgrade for. Anyway, thanks for joining me for this look at Anvil Day. I must say I was a little bit disappointed at the conference hall, to be honest. I think that I really expected them to knock it out of the park like Aegis did, but looking back on it, I think Misk, Tumbril, and Crusader had a much better showing yesterday, so a little disappointing. Sales, what am I going to say? Basically, I'm looking forward to Drake Day. I don't know about you guys. Anyway, thanks for joining me for this look at Anvil Day. If I haven't mentioned already, I'm giving away a Nomad when we hit 300 subscribers, so please leave a comment so that you can be entered to win. I really appreciate all the comments and any view that I get, so I appreciate that. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time.